Calls for change tonight after a toddler is tragically killed by a train right in front of her home. Harper Wren Page Haddock, killed earlier this month in tiny Hardin, Missouri. Now that Ray County town, about an hour from Kansas City, is forming a committee to push for Harper's Law, requiring fencing around train tracks in small towns. Fox 4's Dave DeMarco in Hardin tonight with answers to the question, who would pay? Dave?
Committee organizers say they've been in touch with the railroad, who would be willing to see if this railroad fencing is possible here in Hardin at least, but it looks like the town would have to pay for it.
There isn't a parent one in here that hasn't gone through that 30 seconds of fear when their child was just in their sights and is now not.
But inside that packed Hardin City Hall, parents of a child they'll never be reunited with. A memorial now sits alongside the tracks close to where 22-month-old Harper Wren Page Haddock was hit and killed in front of her home. Trains come through Hardin pretty regularly, and there's nowhere in town you won't hear them.
These live tracks are less than 50 yards away from our front porch, as it was for Harper's home. Our front yard is the train tracks.
A Hardin alderman says on a recent trip through Texas, he noticed a similar town with a fence separating it from the tracks and has since discovered them elsewhere in Missouri. Harper's family supports the idea of a 4 to 6 foot tall, 1.5 mile fence.
They want to fight for change so that another family out there won't have to go through the pain that they are. Today we stand up beside them and form a committee called Harper's Law.
While Missouri statute seems to mostly deal with livestock, they pointed to rules in Minnesota requiring fences around train tracks.
Like it to go across the U.S. It needs to be everywhere.
Ray County Sheriff says state lawmakers are already taking notice.
It is getting somewhere. You guys are making impact, so keep doing it.
Harper's parents wrote a letter that was read aloud tonight. In it, they thanked that conductor, who they say know that he or she did everything in their power to stop this train if they could have, and say they also are praying for them, knowing what that person is going through as well. Dave DeMarco, Fox 4 News, working for you.